Hey, third graders, we are starting a new chapter today. We're going to be talking a little bit about fractions, and then we are going to be doing some clocks. So it's kind of a chapter where we move around a little bit. So we are on 4-1 today, so you're going to need to find your new Moose book. Okay, that goes with, today we're using the homework and remembering, but there's also a new Moose book, the light blue workbook that goes with this section. Okay. Today we're doing homework and remembering, so you're going to want to find, it's like a white and it says chapters 4 and 5 on the front. Okay, so look for that. You got it actually, I think, more towards the beginning of the year. Let me just show a picture of that. Here's a picture of it if you need to look for it. So it should say chapters 4 and 5. All right. We are going to be doing a little bit more together on certain pages until you guys understand it. So you're going to need to follow along closely with the video. All right, let's read at the top. The triangles in the shapes all have the same area. Count the equal parts in the whole. What unit fraction of the whole is the shaded triangle? I know you guys did some fractions in second grade as well, okay? So we're always going to be putting our shaded number. If this is my fraction, my shaded number goes on top. And then all the parts, my total of parts goes on the bottom. That's a good way to remember it. So we are going to, at the beginning, they're going to be asking us just to write the number of the parts in. So let's look at number 1. It says there are blank equal parts in the whole shape. So look over at your triangles on number 1. How many triangles are there? We're not talking about shaded, we're talking about total. Okay, so you would say 3. I bet you wrote it in before me. Then it says the shaded triangle. This is where we're going to write our fraction. So make a little line there. The shaded triangle is blank of the whole shape. So how many shaded parts do I have? Remember up at the top here? I said we put our shaded number on top. See if you can write it in there before me. Shaded number on top. Did you put 1? And then our total number is all of the triangles in the shape. See if you can write that one down before me. Okay, did you write 3? So I say that as 1/3 or 1/3. Let's look at number 2. Same thing that we did up above. Okay, so count your triangles. You're doing all of them. You're going to write that right here. Count all of them, the shaded ones and the not shaded ones. Okay, I'm going to give you a second there. Hopefully you already wrote it in. You could actually number them if you wanted. Okay, you could go like 1, 2, you could do that too. So hopefully you came up with 6. And then how many parts are shaded? This is where we're going to do our fraction again. Okay, so shaded number on top. See if you can write it before me. Okay, did you put 1? And the bottom number is all of the parts. Okay, did you write 6? What kids tend to do sometimes is they put the shaded on top and then they count the ones that aren't shaded and put that on the bottom. You don't want to do that. You need to do all of the parts, the total or all, okay? So I'm going to give you, you can do number 3 on your own. And then I'm going to talk about number 4, 5, and 6 because it's a little tricky and you have to fit some numbers in here. So, and you can see on your paper that they kind of did the first one for us, didn't they? So it says divide the whole into 8 parts. So they divided it into 8 parts. Each one of those little parts is 1/8. Okay. Go ahead and just write this up here with Mrs. Hagan. Okay. Squeeze it in there. Okay. And then it says divided into the equal parts. And so you can see right here, you will write that on the line, but they did that one for us. Okay, it's kind of like a lighter gray there, but it should be done in your book. Okay, so you write those down on the line. You don't always have to write them up here like I did just now, as long as you put them down below. But I just wanted to explain that each one of those parts is 1/8. Then I go to the next part and they tell you how many to shade. On this one, it's done for us. They told us to shade 3 parts. You can just use your pencil or a colored pencil or marker, whatever you want. And then because there's only 3 shaded, I only need to write 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. And if I add those up, notice that I get 3/8. I added 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, and then the bottom number on the fraction, you don't add those. It just stays the 8. So I have 3/8 parts. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one. Number 5. It says divide the whole into 5 equal parts. They already did that for us, didn't they? So if I have 5 equal parts, each one of those squares is 1/5, right? But I have 5 of them, so I'm going to add them all together. So I'm going to say 1/5 plus 1/5. You're going to write a little smaller than Mrs. Hagen. Plus 1/5. You're going to do that 5 times. Okay? You can fit it on there probably better than I did. Okay? Then I get over and it tells me how many parts to shade. Okay? Shade 4 parts. 2, 3, 4. You're going to use your color or whatever you'd like to do there. Now, because I shaded 4, okay, how many 1/5s am I going to write down below then? Okay, I need to write, I have 4 of them. So 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. But then I equal, and this is where I add it, right? So add all your 1s. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals, see if you can write your fraction down before me, okay? Did you put a 4? And remember the bottom number we don't add, that just stays the same. So 4/5. All right, you are going to do number 6 by yourself because you've got this, right? When you get down to number 6, it's 6 equal parts. So how many 1/6s? You know how many to do, right? And then it says to shade your parts. You can do that and then write your stuff down here. And then add up at the end to get my fraction over here. All right, and then meet me on the back side. Here we are on the remembering side. So it'll be remembering things that we did in the first 3 chapters in math. We have a table at the top. Those are kind of fun. We've got nonfiction books, fiction books, and magazines. And then I'm going to answer these 2 questions underneath the table using that information in the chart. So, those 2. How many nonfiction books and magazines are there all together? Look up here. I've got nonfiction right here, and I've got magazines right here. So I'm going to use my workspace over here to show my equation. When it says all together, I know that I'm going to add. So I take those numbers, show my work, and add it up, right? And then you will put your answer on the line. All right, number 2, the number of which 2 items, this is a little trickier, rounds to the same number. Okay, so I want to look at the numbers in my chart, okay, these right here, and I want to round them to the nearest 100. And there's going to be 2 that round to the same number, okay? So you can just make your line right out here, and then you can do your rounding. I'm rounding to the nearest 100, so I'm going to underline my 100 spots and look at my neighbor, friends and bullies. And whatever 2 round to the same spot, to the same number, you're going to write their name on this line. Whatever 2 round to the same number, okay? You figure that out. All right, when we get down here, I'm going to always remember that I do my parentheses first. Please write that on there. Then I do the next step. We did a lot of these earlier in the year. So if I'm going to do number 3, I do 7 times 1. I like to write it right up here, and then I take my 3 times 7 to get my answer. Yeah, I like to just, with the parentheses, just put the answer up above it, and it makes it a little easier, okay? Extra credit down here, it looks like a fraction 1, okay? See if you can draw it out. Draw a granola bar and divide it into the parts that he has, okay? All right, so that is your math for today.